Six after eight exactly, the big day has arrived. We're all waiting with eager anticipation and lots of hope, might I add. We do know that political parties, civil society organizations, and trade unions have made known their wish list for the upcoming budget speech by Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana today. Let's hear what COSATU's Matthew Parks is expecting, hoping for, and how we move forward post the budget speech. Of course, the budget speech is going to happen a little later on in the morning, but there are lots and lots of expectations. Just to add that Action South Africa's Eastern Cape chairperson, Athol Trollop, who is the party spokesperson on the 2023 budget, said that the chief among the issues that the finance minister will have to address is how to fix the debt crisis at Eskom. Matthew Parks, a very good morning to you. Welcome to the program. And are you hopeful at all?
Good morning. Thanks for having me. Look, we need to have hope, and government needs to table a budget which is bold and decisive to get the country, the economy, out of the many quagmires it's facing. We don't have a choice. Number one is we must give all the support possible to Eskom so we can reduce and end load shedding. That's key to growing the economy and reducing unemployment. So we do hope to see a debt relief package for Eskom and support to help it tackle corruption, reduce wasteful expenditure, invest in maintenance and new generation capacity. We need to see similar interventions given to our railway network. Transit and metro are under severe threat from cable theft and criminality. But yet transit is critical to mining and manufacturing agricultural jobs. Metro rail is key to transporting 10 million workers and commuters in our cities to their workplace and destinations on time. We need to see similar kind of intervention plans being given to other embattled state-owned enterprises, be it the post office or DNL or SABC or dysfunctional municipalities, especially in rural areas which struggle to provide basic services and even to pay municipal workers. We do need to see more being done on the issue of the corruption and crime. We welcome the employment of additional 10,000 police officers last year and the commitment for another 10,000 this year. We need to see similar support being given to the National Prosecuting Authority, to the courts, to really make sure we have all the resources to fight crime and corruption. There has been some progress around the tax collection issue with the rebuilding of SARS, and we think more should be given to maintain that momentum, because if we can tackle tax evasion, the state can have the resources it needs to pay down the debt, pay public servants a living wage, invest in quality public services. That also needs to go hand in hand with stimulating the economy, because you need the economy to grow and companies to sell their goods and workers to earn their wage. If we're going to pay the taxes, we need to see the state have to maintain its obligations. So there's quite a few challenges, and of course, government needs to address all of them. We have welcomed the SOT grant. It's provided a lifeline for 8 million unemployed people. We hope to see it being enhanced and extended, and that all 12 million unemployed persons could have access to it. Equally, the Presidential Fund Program has done well to give work opportunities for 500,000 young people. We hope that can be expanded to 1 million by April and 2 million by October. So that's key to getting young people into the market, getting some work experience and skills so they can find jobs. So there's quite a lot government needs to do. We don't have the luxury of time. We have an election in 15 months. The economy is in real trouble. Unemployment is at 43%. Load shedding is very devastating. So government needs to move with speed over the next few months to meet its obligations.
Matthew, that's all of our expectations. Obviously, this is what we'd like to see. What do you expect the minister of the minister to be saying today? What you've just outlined now is all of South Africa's expectations. But do you think that they're going to touch on all of those issues? Well, obviously they're going to touch on a lot of them. But do you think that we're going to see anything behind it, that those plans will then in fact be implemented?
Sure, we have to. These are life and death issues. We're not coming with peripheral side issues for entertainment. These are the fundamental obstacles to fixing the economy, to rebuilding the state, to reducing unemployment and poverty. So we need the government table a bold budget that speaks to these issues. We just simply don't have the luxury of time or kicking down the can down the road. We don't have the luxury of doing business as usual. So the government needs to respond to these crises if we're to turn the ship around.
I know that you have time constraints, so my last question to you then is, you've touched on corruption and crime, thieving politicians, etc. Do you think that Enoch Godongwana will touch on that, or is he just going to really purely focus on numbers and figures and what they're going to be doing for the South African population going forward? And where and how they're going to fund all of these expectations or all of these deliverables that he's going to be talking about today?
He needs to do both. He needs to communicate a vision and a roadmap and indicate the resources that are allocated in the time frames to meet the different interventions by government, from corruption to growing the economy, to reducing load shedding, to rebuilding the states, and so forth. Words will not suffice. The public needs to see rands and cents, and needs to see time frames. And of course, the final judgment will be when, over the next few months, when society will see, have you done well on this front or have you not done well? And society will render its verdict in the election in 15 months' time. So government doesn't have the luxury of space to do it. But there's also not available. Government must lose less money to wasteful expenditure and corruption. It must also help the economy to grow, and key to that is the issue of electricity, of rail, of basic services, etc. If you fix those, the economy can grow, companies can sell their products, workers can earn a salary, people can pay their taxes. We don't have the luxury of not doing it. And of course, the quickest way to collect revenue is to invest more in the South African Revenue Service, because we have a tax collection rate of about 60%. If you can increase it to 65%, for example, that can generate an additional 100 billion rand of revenue for the state. So it's about doing the hard fundamentals if you want to improve things.
Matthew Parks, thank you indeed for your expectations on the budget for this morning. Let's hope and pray, fingers crossed, that this is what he's going to be addressing, that is Enoch Godongwana, and that they do hold strong to the promises in today's budget speech. Go well, God bless. It is exactly 13 after 8 o'clock.